Helen Hunt Jackson was born in 1830 in Massachusetts. She was a Native American rights and fought for the women's rights. Most of the people don't know that Helen Hunt Jackson was born as Ellen Mary Fix. Her name changed because she married twice. The first time with Edward Hunt, a U.S. Army captain who died in a military accident, which she pursued the hunt, and with him they had 2 children, but both died later. And then she married the second time to William Jackson, a banker and a railroad executive, which she pursued the Jackson. She also wrote the Southern California, one of the most established historical romance novel called Ramona. Ellen developed the ability of write as a child, and as a result of this, she started to write children's stories, novels, and essays. The real interest in Native Americans began in 1879 in Boston when she discovered that they were forced moved of the Ponca Indians to Nebraska reservation. She was known by the people who read the letters as a violent and aggressive writer because she started to raise money, seek petition, and writing letters to the New York Times about what they are doing to the Native Americans. One of the people defined Ellen as lived a life that few women of her day had the courage to live. One of the known poets in that period of time was Emily Dixon, and they became friends when Ellen was introduced to Emily through the narrator called Thomas. She died in August 12, in 1885 from a stomach cancer at the age of 55 years old. Years before the Civil War, the North of the United States was beginning to create social movements for changes. As a result of these reformers, they created new places like institutions as asylum and orphanages. Their goal was to transform the public school, change social issues as drunken people in order to they have a better family life and to reform the system to support the poor. But the 2 most impactful moments in 1830 was the end of the slavery and the equality of the woman. Usually the people at this time came from farmers and a very religious family. Helen Hunt Jackson was not the first one to publish something about the women's rights in the Native Americans. She was the first woman, but William Lloyd Garrison was the first one to publish, and he published The Liberator, which was about the women's rights in the Native Americans. The American Anti-Slavery Society in 1838 was formed to abolish the West, New England, and New York, but many of the people in this time, the opponents of slavery, was saying that the colonization was unjust, racist, and impractical. Because of that, in the early 1830s, the anti-abolition and anti-black was the most common American disorders in the cities. William Garrison, together with his supporters, instead that the anti-slavery was a religious movement and a strictly moral thing. However, in the beginning, the women had been involved in the anti-slavery movements. They organized a separate female anti-slavery societies in Philadelphia, Boston, and New York between the 1833 and 1836. Helen Hunt Jackson helped to open the eyes of many people to the injustice by the Mission Indians and women's rights through her letters, but unfortunately, there is little on today's what motivated her drive and passion about this. These 2 issues that this movement was about, which she fought for, are still with us nowadays. Today, in our society, the women occupy positions and enjoy personal freedoms. Helen Hunt Jackson had a big impact on this, and she helped the women to peace as where they are nowadays.